Hi everybody, Ray Hayden here, and in this video I want to actually go back to the previous video that I made, and I'll put a link in that video to this video for the safety first, okay, safety first, and this is the adhesive cabinet and drawer latches. There was a miscommunication between my wife and myself, Miss Demeanor and I thought that she was saying that these, the latches, the spare latches, the extra ones, were below a certain cabinet door. Well, they were. So that kind of confirmed in my mind that that's what she had said. What she was really saying is, why don't you use one of the doors here to show how you actually install the thing rather than just explaining it? So that's what I'm coming back to do. It's going to be a relatively short video, but it's related to that other one where I show you the latch. You know, it's got the green and the red logo on it, and it's got the tape and everything else. And I wanted to show you the actual process of installing it. Now you can see here that we just kind of put some tape on there with Velcro. So this is tape, and I'll kind of take it off. Well, hopefully not have too much residue on there or anything like that. And this device is not going to be in the way of anything I'm doing here. So like I can clean this up if there's a residue or something like that. I can clean it up there before. The other thing we had, you can hear the door a little bit in the background. We just basically have a little rubber kind of a bouncing, you know, bumper on there, you know, to kind of keep the noise down while we're, you know, so you don't slam the door and make a big whack noise or anything like that. So I just want to show you how this is done. Basically, you set up the device where you might want it, right? And get it kind of situated. You want it to be about an inch in from the edge of the door, and that's to give you some room because the door isn't even with the hole, right? So the door actually overhangs it a little bit. You also want to make sure, my microphone cord's not in the way here. You also want to make sure that you have a place to put the device on, right? These cabinet doors have a little cutout for our hand, you know, to pull it. Also, I noticed on the bottom there's another cutout down there too. So for a higher cabinet, you reach up and use a little cutout, and for the top part, you can use the top part cutout. So I want to make sure that this thing's in a place where it'll actually make sense. You know what I'm saying? It kind of hangs down enough to where that'll work. Okay, so that position will work. So basically, I just take the top piece off, right? I take the top piece carefully, right? All right, so that came off really well. I'll just put it up there. I can put it in position and push up on it, all right? Now I can take this piece off here. You don't want to do that. You want to leave this piece there, but you can take this piece off, right? And that's secure in location, and you see where it is and everything else. Now the other part of the problem is like, well, where do you put this part? How do you make sure it's perfectly lined up? You're doing with screws or anything else? You don't have to worry about that because this thing here came with that little device. That is where I want that to be, all right? And then I just carefully remove this part of it, right? Everything's right. All you do is close the door, right? As a matter of fact, it already came off. Close the door and the thing's already perfectly positioned. Everything is in perfect order right there. So there it is in place. Now you see these little devices right here, right? Let me pull the camera off of here. Well, you know what? Let's not. Okay, so remember you talked about those little wing things? Here they are right here, right? Just fold them down until they click. All right, and they're done. You're done. Now this door is open. If you look down at the top of the thing, it had that red lock and it's unlocked. That means the thing's open. Just spin this around till it clicks back in place, right? Has the green section on it. It's locked. So the cats can't be going in there and doing any damage or anything like that. So on this, okay, it's locked. Just reach in, push down on the little device, and unlatch it from the top part, and you're cooking with gas. Everything's perfectly fine at that point. The device is done. Everything's folded down, and safety first gives us screws in case if the cats are too tough or the things don't hold on enough or whatever, then we can actually put the screws in there. But it perfectly positions it in place. There's no guesswork involved, you know. I wish these folks were, sponsoring me and supporting me on this because I could sell this thing all day long, right? And be truly behind it and everything else because this is just a fantastic, I don't have to, no fuss, no muss, no problems, no measuring, nothing, no problem. Just make sure everything's in the right place, put it in, close the door, and it's installed, it's self-installing at that point, really. And this 3M glue, it's a 3M glue on the bottom of this thing. Got a little 3M logo on here, on the red tape. There's a 3M logo on there. Hopefully that's in focus, right? All right, so it's a 3M tape that's on there, and it's good to go. So I found it to be just a really fantastic thing, and I'm glad that Miss Demeanor kind of pointed out when she saw my video. She said, well, Ray, you talked about it really good, but you didn't actually demonstrate how to do it. So that's all there is to it. Just nice, easy installation, safety first, adhesive cabinet and drawer latch, and you're done. And you can, if you have children, toddlers or something like that, you might want to put in the screws as a backup safety precaution on there. We just have cats. They give up. After a certain time of pulling on these things a little bit, they kind of quit and they give up on it and everything's okay. But for with children, you might want to go ahead and put those screws in there and get the job done. You can put them in after the fact. That's perfectly fine. Get the thing installed. If the glue isn't holding on enough for you, I would go ahead and put the screws in as well, all right, for additional security. All right, so that's going to wrap this one up. Don't forget to give me the thumbs up, like this video, drop me a comment below, let me know you came by to say hi, and if you haven't already done so, please subscribe to the channel. I greatly appreciate the growth on the network. Until I catch you in the next video, take care and be well.